G'day folks, Ben from Snowy's. Today I'm taking you for a walkthrough of the Boab Sleeping Bag from Cedar Summit. This is a synthetic filled bag made at a really affordable price point with all the quality materials and technologies that Cedar Summit put into their products, but it's not going to break the bank if you need it. So if you're looking for a sleeping bag for general camping, maybe you do a little bit of overnight hiking, but you don't want to lash out on a really expensive down bag, but you need something that's going to perform. Maybe something for the kids, for scouts, and also really good because it is a synthetic filled bag. Really good for activities where there could be moisture involved. So think kayaking and areas maybe you're in a really humid environment, a lot of condensation inside the tent. The synthetic fill is going to insulate far better than a down would if it's wet all the time. Now, while it is an affordable bag, I wouldn't say corners have been cut, but it's been simplified down, but there's still some really cool technology. So you've still got 3D hood, high quality materials and fill inside, zipper that runs right around so you can open up like a doona. We're going to run through all these features with you shortly if you want to stay tuned. And it's now made, in fact, all of Cedar Summit's sleeping bag range are now made with bluesign-approved recycled materials, including the fill. Now there's 4 sizes in these bags across 2 different temperature ratings. So there's a 2 degrees, we talk comfort, 2 degrees and -4. They actually label it at their limit of comfort, which is a -1 and a -9. So it depends on how you sleep as to which one you're comfortable in. So 2 different temperature ranges, 4 different sizes in each to suit users from 170 up to 198, so it suits a really wide range of heights. And weights start at about 1.2 kilos for the small cooler version, up to just over 2 kilos. So quite a good weight range, or really light weight range for a synthetic bag. This is how bulky they are when they're packed up. So this is a -1 in the regular, that will squash down a little more, and this is a long in the -9. Once again, we'll pack down a little smaller. So bulkier than a down bag, but still have come a long way for synthetic bags. The Cedar Summit's Boab bag, all the details are online on our website at snowys.com.au. If you want to stay with me right now, we'll jump into all the details though. Before we dive in, we've got loads more content like this on our channel, so make sure you like and subscribe below. Now let's jump into the product. The bag I've got in front of me here is the Boab -1 in the regular length, so suitable for up to 183, 185 centimeters in height. I'm 185. I'm going to crawl in this shortly and show you how I fit. We'll go through all the details now. Now, all the materials are recycled, bluesign approved, PFAS free, all safe and recycled, environmentally considered materials. This is a 20D polyester on the outside and the same as on the inside here. Once again, a 20D polyester. It doesn't have that plasticky feel. It's got quite a nice feel to it. And inside is what they call their Revive Loft synthetic insulation. So once again, recycled insulation. Now they've constructed this so that there's no sewn through areas. So this stitch point here doesn't actually sew through to the other side here. The points where the insulation's attached to each side are offset. So I've got a stitch point here where the insulation's attached, and then there's another stitch point further down the bag here. So they're offset. The next one on the inside is here, and then on the outside here. So I don't actually know exactly how it's constructed inside, but it's likely they go from top to bottom across like this, so they overlap, and there's never a point at which that fabric is pinched in the middle to create a cold spot. So they're made to sort of loft up but still be quite compactable. Now the shape of the bag is a tapered rectangular, so there is a bit of foot space at the end there and a bit of shoulder space. The shoulders range from about 142 of internal girth up to about 162 for the long version. So once again, catering for different sized users. And the hood is a well-considered hood. It's a 3-dimensional hood. I'll crawl in this once again shortly to show you how this works, but it is a nice roomy hood there. If we run down the side, you can see you've got a zipper that goes down here. Now it's just a single zipper. It's got a zipper plow on it, or an anti-snag system on here that actually works quite well. So as this goes up and down, it doesn't snag. A bit of tape inside, a bit of stiffener inside here as well to help with that. This is a single zipper that runs right around the bottom here and goes all the way. There's not a second foot zipper here, but you do have a second zipper pull at this end here. So if you wanted to open up the foot end, you can do with that pull backwards at that end. But this also means it's really easy to just open this up, to use it just as a doona if you like. While we're at the foot section here, you can see it's not a three-dimensional foot section. There is a bit of room. I'll show you how my feet fit in there shortly. It's kind of spacious, but it doesn't have that three-dimensional shape that some of the more technical bags have. That's just one of the features that they've left out, I suppose, to try and make this a really affordable bag. When you pack these away, they go in a sort of oblong-shaped compression sack like this guy here, so it's not round. It's shaped like this, which makes it really good to pack into a backpack. Tends to fit a little bit better, and it doesn't roll around either when you're storing it at home. Depending on which size you get, obviously they pack up differently. This is a long in the -9 here and a regular in the -1 here. Around about 45 to 50 centimeters in length and 20, the sort of 30 by 20 thereabouts. This is obviously a little bit less, probably more like around about 25 by maybe 15 here. But that all varies depending on how you sort of pack it up. But that gives you a good idea on the two sort of opposite ends of the pack size there. And you might be wondering too about the temperature range. So they call, this is a -1 bag. This is the regular version of this, same as what I've got in front of me here. They label this as the -1. That's the limit of comfort, which is generally by the EN standard that they're tested by what a standard male will sleep comfortably at. And then there's the comfort. So this has got a 2-degree comfort rating, which is around about what a female would sleep at. That's not a black and white rule. Everyone sleeps differently. It's a bit of a guide. So if you're a warm sleeper, you're probably comfortable at the limit of comfort temperature range. If you feel the cold, then you probably want to look at the higher end of the comfort range to make sure that you're actually comfortable in this bag. Now I'll crawl in the bag now to show you how comfortable it is. Just as I get in, we'll talk about draft tubes. You've got this large draft tube down the side of the zipper here to stop air escaping in and out of the zipper, and a little bit of a tube or a little bit of a sort of softer or section around the neck here to try and trap the air in so it's not moving too much around your neck there. But that's some of the features that are left out of this bag to try and make it affordable once again for general use camping. So if you're in really extreme environments, Sea to Summit do have bags in their range to cater for that. If you're just looking for something for general camping or general use, this is a really good option. Now, as I mentioned, I'm 185 centimeters tall. This is a regular, which they say is suitable for 185 centimeters. So if I lie down in this, we'll look at the foot section before I go too far. So you can see it goes down to a flat section at the end here. So I don't have that three-dimensional foot section that some bags have. So my feet are most comfortable if they're kind of on their side or pointed. If I put them straight up, I do feel a bit of pressure on my toes there. So you don't have the same foot space. So if you are particularly tall, you probably do definitely want to go for a slightly longer bag in this instance, so you've got a bit more foot space. You don't want your feet jammed at the end. And this is probably a good use case or good example for me at the moment, because I'm going to have my feet right at the end. So if I crawl right in the bag, put the hood over, so my head is at the top of the hood here now, and I zip this up. If I fit in this bag, if I was trying to save a few grams, I'm okay in this bag. I'd probably get a long load just for the extra space, because I can feel my toes are kind of firm at the end there. I just want a little bit more space for them. But at 185, I do fit in this bag. I'm just at the limit of what would be comfortable. So that feels pretty good. This zipper works really well. There's actually a pull on the inside as well. Easy to do that up. You've got a little button here as well to do that up to stop the zipper coming undone at night. And a draw cord here, so you can pull this really close over your head. This hood feels really comfortable, closing over my head here, so I can feel it's trapping warmth in here already. So at this end of the bag, a lot of really cool features to keep you warm while you're camping. The main consideration would be if you wriggle around a lot and you want a bit of foot space at the end here, and you're 185 or taller, or if you're 185 and you wriggle a lot, I'd probably go the long version just to give yourself that little bit of extra room inside the bag. You can always tuck yourself right down or sort of bunch it up a little bit. That is Sea to Summit's Boab sleeping bag. A really affordable yet high quality synthetic filled bag for general use camping. Great if you want to get the kids their first technical sleeping bag. Got a lot of the features you'd want in a good quality bag, but won't break the bank. You can check these out and all the sizes online at snowies.com.au.